With the release of Truth or Dare, Madonna finally enters the world of fragrances. Now in the past couple of weeks there's been a lot of chit-chat online about people talking about the scent and sort of giving their thoughts and feelings on it. But the truth is, if you want a real fragrance review on the Queen of Pop, you're going to need the help of the Queen of Fragrance Reviews. And that would be me. Madonna has been working on this fragrance for many years and she's finally ready to share it with the world. I actually was able to go to a special fragrance event recently for Truth or Dare. The pictures you saw at the beginning in my little intro is actually me at that event. It was held in Toronto a few days ago and I had a wonderful time going to it. It was so amazing. It was at a fancy hotel and they had the whole place decorated beautifully with all these white tablecloths, big posters of the advertisement. The bottles were all over the room, there was candles lit, Vogue was playing while we were entering the building. It was just a great time. And while I was there, I got a chance to not only smell the fragrance, but I got a bottle of it, as well as a few other little things. So I'm going to share with you guys what I got, what my thoughts on the fragrance are, and give my best review possible for the Queen of Pop. The first thing we'll talk about is, of course, the box. So at the event, they had like the picture of the box and, you know, the boxes themselves, and they described it as chic gold. That was the description, chic gold. And I think that is a lovely description for this box. The box is a tall rectangle. It is completely gold with Truth or Dare written on the top by Madonna, and the Truth or Dare insignia, which is the M and the crucifix. Along the sides of the box is the white edging, and that is all along the edges of the entire carton. And on the very top of the box is, again, the little Truth or Dare insignia. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what the bottle looks like. Now, before I kind of go through it, I just want to talk about something. Madonna wanted her fragrance to be honest yet daring, hence the name Truth or Dare, and it also is trying to encompass that duality that exists in all of us, which is sort of like the light and the dark coming to one, the good and the bad that everyone has inside of them that are always sort of in balance with each other. And that was, one of her themes for this fragrance. Most of the bottle is white, which represents the purity and the truth of the fragrance, whereas the beads that are going all along the bottle represent the sort of rough and more daring aspect of the fragrance. And I think that this bottle design actually really captures that expression, because when you hold the bottle, it's very smooth. Like the front and the back of the bottle is very smooth, and that's, the purity, the goodness, but you can still feel small patches of the beads, so you kind of have this smooth yet rough feeling in your hand, and I think it really does have that image of duality and that sort of expression of good versus evil that the scent is trying to embody. So I actually really like the effect of the bottle that way. The top of it is gold, and I mean the whole bottle looks very religious. Like it has that sort of religious symbolism to it with, the insignia having the cross, of course, but also just the gold and the beading. It does look like something you would see like sitting on an altar in a church. And, religion has always been a big part of Madonna's life and her music, so I'm glad she was able to incorporate that into the scent. The bottle is very thin, as you can see. It's tall and thin, and the back of it is just pure white. This one is the 1.7 ounce, so that's 50 milliliters. You can also get it in 75 milliliters, and there will eventually be a 30 milliliter bottle, but it's not available just yet. Alright, so now I want to tell you finally what this fragrance smells like. Now, this is going to be the part of the video that has a bit of controversy, because no Madonna related video is complete without a little bit of controversy.
What are you looking at?
Now the commercial for this fragrance has already caused quite a stir because, you know, people have said it's too racy and it's too sexy and there's too much cleavage. But what I need to say is actually not towards the people who, you know, are hating on Madonna, but it's the other people who love Madonna, who have smelt this fragrance and have said, oh, it's not what I was expecting, it's really a bit of a letdown, and it's boring. Now, this fragrance to me really does represent who Madonna is and what she has stood for, you know, all these years. When you first smell it, you might think, oh, you know, it's not quite as bold or as strong as I would have thought, because it's almost purely florals. But all the ingredients she chose really are the best of the best. Like when you think of the actual flowers that she's used in this fragrance, they're all those very bold, opulent white florals that always stand out among all the other flowers. Now, I've reviewed a lot of fragrances in the past, and every time a fragrance has a white floral in it, like tuberose or gardenia, I always say that that's the flower that really, like, steals the show, that takes over the scent because it's so strong and it really just blossoms over everything else. So I'm not surprised at all that Madonna chose to use not one, not two, but five, all five of those queen florals, those queen white florals that take over fragrances. She's used all five of them in hers. So, you know, there's none of this peony or orange blossom or any of those, you know, little frilly flowers. It's all those bold, strong flowers that stand out among all the rest. She wanted her scent to be timeless and to represent the icon that she is, and those are the perfect ingredients to choose. So I think that this really was what I was expecting from her, and she created something that I think really does represent her true iconic status. Okay, that's my little opinion. My big opinion. Now the scent is a gourmand floral. It's a very rich oriental scent that I think is delicate yet still bold, and it has that classic scent to it because of those classic florals, but it is still modern because of these sweeter notes that have been added to it. Now I've actually been wearing it for a while, but I'm gonna just spray the air a little bit more with this scent. Dare opens up with some tuberose, some gardenia, and some neroli. I will say, right from the start, that all of these ingredients are blended very well together, and it really isn't one of those scents that, you know, changes completely over time, because all of the ingredients really do reveal themselves as soon as you spray it out of the bottle. So we have those beautiful white florals that smell very fresh. However, in the heart of the scent, that is where we have the benzoin tears, and it's the base of the fragrance that has the caramelized amber and the vanilla. And these very rich, creamy, gourmand notes are lending themselves beautifully to the white florals, and they're always there from start to finish. Also in the heart of the fragrance are the last two white florals, which are the jasmine and the lily. As time goes on, it starts to develop on your skin and become very creamy. It still smells, you know, very similar to when you first released it, but it does have a softer, creamier smell to it. And that really is that caramelized amber starting to sort of warm up the base. So I actually think it gets even better as time goes on because it becomes sweeter. But don't worry, this isn't, you know, one of your teeny bopper sweet scent. It's nothing like that. Madonna has said that this is geared towards a more mature audience. So this isn't really like a teenage scent or even like, you know, in the 20s kind of scent. It is beyond that. It's meant to be more sophisticated, more mature. So the sweetness you get from this is that beautiful, creamy amber sweetness. Nothing synthetic, nothing sugary, and nothing candy-like. There also is a bit of musk in the base, along with the vanilla and the amber, so it helps to make the scent last even longer, and towards the very far dry down, you have a little touch of that light musk scent, still mixing with that more creamy floral vibe. The scent really does start to smell very delicious as time goes on, and even though it is more geared towards a more mature audience, I actually really do enjoy wearing it, and I wore it to work yesterday, and I had a few compliments. I had a few people smell my skin directly, and they said I smelled delicious, so, you know, there's that little tidbit. The scent is very long-lasting, and it's very strong. I mean, it has to be strong. When you have one white floral in a scent, it makes the scent, you know, very strong. But when you have 5 of them, plus the amber, you know that this is going to be a showstopper. When I was at the event, I sprayed one spray on my wrist, and I just kind of like dabbed it on my other wrist. That's all I did, and I smelled very strongly of the scent for the duration of the event and the ride home. It is very strong. A little goes a long way with this one. It also lasts on your skin for quite a long time. The amber and that musk really help to create longevity for the scent, so it's something that's not really going to fade away, you know, after 2 hours or so. I think it is a good representation of Madonna, and I think she did a very good job at creating this fragrance, and it also has been inspired by her mother, who loved tuberose and gardenia, and you know, that's something that she remembers very fondly about her mother, because she wore a fragrance that was tuberose and gardenia, so she was also able to incorporate that, you know, into her fragrance. So in terms of other products, currently, in, you know, the month being April, I don't have access to any of the other products because it's not coming here until May 1st, so I don't have the line of products to review. There is a shower gel and there is a body lotion. There'll be samples given out and a free Madonna tote bag with like purchases. So, you know, I don't have access to any of that, but in the coming weeks when it finally does come to Canada, I'm going to try and get that stuff, and when I do, I'll be able to show you guys in a separate video and hopefully do a review on like the lotion and stuff like that. I do have these little guys here. They're not really extra products, they're just exclusive little gifts that were given at the event. All they are travel versions of the scent, so it just has Madonna Truth or Dare on the front. I don't even know what size this is because, you know, they just made it for the event. But they're just like, I can never open a fragrance without sniffing it, like that's, I just can't do that. So they're just like little travel sprays that they were giving away. You can't buy these anywhere. They're not like available. They were just special gifts. But right now, these are basically the only things I have for my review. Okay, everyone. So I'm going to do a quick summary of Truth or Dare. This is the debut fragrance from Madonna. It is a gourmand floral. It starts off with gardenia, tuberose, and neroli, having a very opulent and white floral opening. The heart of the fragrance has lily, jasmine, and the benzoin tears, while the base is the vanilla, the caramelized amber, and the musk. The scent starts off very floral and then quickly develops into a richer, creamier flowery scent, always smelling very opulent and rich, but also creamy and delicious. The scent lasts a long time, it projects very far, and I think it is a perfect start to Madonna's fragrance career. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you found it helpful. I hope I did the fragrance justice. Let me know what you think, even if, you know, you don't like what I said. And hopefully I'll be able to show you some more products for it as soon as they make their way over to Canada. So I'll leave you now with one of my personal favorite Madonna songs, and I'll say to you, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time for some more fragrance reviews.
Don't go far